Good afternoon from Scott out here in the Garden of Self-Reliance. Other day, and we're going to get straight to the point here. I told you I was going to do some homework and research and give you some information on where politicians invest their money. All right? When I said that, I didn't get political. Did I ever get some hate mail? I had to squash a couple of them because they just started. Well, let's just leave it there. I just said take your politics elsewhere. We're just going to talk about 4 topics here. Number 1, where politicians invest their money. The second topic of the day is which politician beats the market, all right, and is better than most investment companies out there. I think you might already know who that person is. Number 3 topic we're going to get on here very quickly is the 2 apps that track super rich politicians. I like that. And I'm sure there's others. These are 2 that I've came up with here. And number 4, my personal mix of investments for my retirement, okay? And please do not send me questions, ask me investment advice. I'll get killed with that as far as the number of them. And number 2, I'm not an investment advisor. All I can tell you is just what I do and what these politicians do, all right? So let's get that out of the way. All right, straight to the point again. And I've got this just really shortened the best that I can, all right? When these politicians invest money, there's a rule or a law out there that says they have to report their stock purchases within 45 days of their purchases. I will tell you right now that some of them go by that, some of them don't, some of them go way past the 45 days. Please excuse the wind out here. Some of them probably don't even report them at all. And guess what? If they don't abide by the rules, and these are politicians who invest millions of dollars, guess what the penalty is? A whopping $200. All right? You know, why not just penalize them 50 cents or $1? What is $200 for someone who invests $1 million into say XYZ Corporation, right? $200. What a joke that is. Moving right along, I got my opinion out of the way. Okay, let's see. No, there's no accountability. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, if you and I, the little people or the common people, were to do something like that on an illegal stock trade, they would throw us underneath the jail. But laws are written for the common people, the little people, not for the super wealthy politicians or lawmakers. Okay, it's been that way since the days of the kings and the queens. Moving right along, I'll ask you this, and I think we already know the answer. If a person or let's just say a congressperson or lawmaker makes $220,000, how did they become mega gazillionaires, millionaires? I think we all know the answer to that, and it's not always by selling books. All right, I hear that thing all the time. Well, they sold books. Oh, bull butter. All right, next. These politicians are not held to the same standards that you and I do. You know it and I know it. All right, so where have they been investing? Now, right around the COVID time, guess where they were putting their money at? They were putting their money into the COVID vaccines. All right, Moderna, Pfizer, and the other pharmaceutical companies. They were making laws, but pumping money into the pharmaceutical companies. All right, Moderna. Oh, and Tesla. That's a big one there, or was. I think they're probably pulling out of that right now, and I think most of you know why. Other tech companies, Google/Alphabet. That's where they're putting money at. Tech companies, things like that. So for 2024, here's where they're putting their money at. All right, this is in my notes after some research, and here are my sources. That'd be Yahoo Finance for one, and Christopher Josephs. He's co-founder of a company called Iris. Okay, so they're putting their money in, number 1, financials. Number 2, oil and gas. Imagine that, investing into oil and gas. All right, and here again, I like this one. Wind almost got my hat. Technology, which I think that's a great one to put some money into. Okay, so here again, the sources are Christopher Josephs or Chris Josephs and Yahoo Finance. All right, now let's talk about who takes center stage on all this as far as the gurus of who's making money in Congress. I think y'all know who it is. And this person who takes center stage, hey, none other than Nancy Pelosi and Paul Pelosi. This is not for me. Hey, this is out there. All right. And let's talk about this. Where are the Pelosi's putting their money? And there are many others. There's actually some people out there who have done better than the Pelosi's. Okay? I don't have time to go into all that. We got to keep this short. Here's where she's been putting her money at. Palo Alto Networks, NVIDIA Corporation, Apple Incorporated, Microsoft, Alphabet/Google, Tesla. I'm sure she's dumped that stock way before all this happened with Tesla. Alliance Bernstein, and Walt Disney. She must know something about Walt Disney that we don't know, all right? So here again, her net worth is at $247 million, all right? Trade volume, $124 million. So if you make a little over $200,000 a year, how do you trade in $124 million bucks? We already know the answer to that. I'm not being political, all right? Straight on, we're almost at the end here. The two apps that people are using, all right? The two apps. Number one, and this is not my favorite, Autopilot. I hope you got your pens and pencils out. If you have to pause video, pause it. Get your pen and paper out, and hey, Autopilot, an investment app that enables investors to trade the portfolios of the super rich politicians like Nancy Pelosi, and that's according to Forbes magazine is the source, all right? That's not coming from me. All right, now here's one that I found really interesting, and there's not very much information on it out there. IRIS Social Investment App, IRIS. Don't confuse that. There's a bunch of companies out there. They're spelled IRIS, and they're investment companies. But just research this. IRIS, not IRS, IRIS Social Investment App / Chris Josephs or Christopher Josephs. All right. Now, last but not least, we're going to talk about this. This is, people ask me now where I invest my money at. Not that I have a lot. I'm the common person, the little person, but for my retirement, here's where it goes in a mix. Large cap, 36%, international, 27%, bonds at 18%, fixed 6%, mid cap 6%, and specialty at 4%. Here again, do not ask me for investment advice. Consult with people like, say, Nationwide or Edward Jones. I think Edward Jones, they sort of cater to the conservative investor. I've always sort of liked them. All right, so there you have it. I've given you as much as information I can in a short amount of time. I went way over what I wanted to, but there's only so much I can do here. So the bottom line is, don't listen to all these people out there on YouTube that say, buy this stock now, buy this stock here. They probably aren't even buying stocks. They're just out there trying to get YouTube numbers up. I would recommend, last but not least, we've already said it, invest your money where politicians do. You can take that to the bank. Hey, if you've liked what you've seen, hit that little bell thing down there. I think you'll get notifications. Or if you've liked what we've seen, hey, subscribe. I'm going to try to pour out a lot more here, but not a whole lot at one time. This is Scott in South Georgia. Thank you for viewing, and I certainly appreciate you. Good investing.